What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we got a 2015 Jeep Wrangler, or if you got a Jeep Wrangler Sahara V6. First of all, we gotta lift this up. I'm gonna take this onto my bay over there. This guy comes right off just like that. We can let this sit right there. So we gotta remove all this. The whole intake's gotta come off. We're gonna take off the duct pipe. We're gonna take off all these vacuum lines, and there's a whole bunch of 10 millimeters over here. Everything coming off, and then we're gonna go down below. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start off by take some compressed air. If you don't have it, just make sure nothing drops inside the intake. So I like to blow air all around it. Pay attention when you're doing this job, because sometimes a mechanic probably dropped a tool down below, small socket. You never know what he dropped, a bolt. So if you hear any noises coming out, so pay attention to it very carefully. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start doing this job immediately. We're gonna start by taking off this duct pipe and keep everything in order and let this job begin. It's gonna be a long video today. So if you guys are doing this job at home, you can follow along. So pretty much we're gonna remove this little guy. We're gonna remove any bolts you're working with today. Make sure you don't put it anywhere there, because you don't want nothing dropping in there. So we're gonna simply start. There's a sensor down here. It's like a clip. You're gonna have to remove that little guy. So I'll show you that once I have it, but we need to loosen this and this. What you're gonna need here is flathead screwdriver. Loosen this guy right here, and there's one on this side here. So this is gonna be a full tutorial here. You guys can watch this from the beginning to the end. And let's pull this duct pipe off. And there's a sensor here, so be careful you don't yank it. And I'm gonna show you guys that little guy. So that little guy is sitting right down here. You see this? So you have to squeeze this tab. What I usually do is go from the back end, and I like to push on the tab from the back end, and that will get that out of there. So it's not coming out. There you go. It will come off. So that's what this guy look like. Just so you gotta squeeze on this clip a little bit, nicely and evenly. So I like to take these bolts, just keep everything in order as it is, and pretty much now start taking all the pipes off, such as these. Sometimes these won't come out. You don't want to like crack the intake either. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get up on the top of this guy and work a little bit differently. So I like to break the grip loose on these pipes, and this thing is super duper gripped on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this pipe off, and I'm gonna go get a couple more tools. I got one sitting right here. So needle nose pliers, all you do is grip a little bit and twist and turn. Once it loses its grip, you don't want to squeeze on it either. It will just come right off. And same thing with this one. So this one might be a little bit tough because it is a bigger pipe, but I will get it off eventually. It will come off. Even if you could get the back end of it off, it's fine. So I'm gonna have to work. This thing is gonna give me a little bit hard time, but I will get it off just by doing all that magical work there. So we're not disconnecting any battery, okay? Because we're not working with anything like alternator or starter. So we got that off. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna see this there's like a red tab here on this little guy, and then you can squeeze on this, and the starter body connector. It's important you remove all the connections, okay? Because if you don't remove them, you will break the wiring. So even this is gonna be a little bit tough. Okay, I squeeze the connector from the back end, and there's a whole bunch of clips everywhere. So go along, guys. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come back to this side a little bit, and we're gonna come to this side now. So we on the driver's side. So these little clips right here, they gotta come off, okay? Otherwise your harness is gonna be stuck. Your intake, upper intake, gotta be clear off everything, okay? So let's get this off. Remember, this clip is over here. If you want to leave this bracket behind, you can, but if you want to remove this clip here, this little mounting thing here. So let's disconnect this map sensor, and this harness is clipped on here one more time. So I don't know how far that harness is gonna go. So there's 10 millimeters on this, and there's like another 10 down here. So there's brackets. Okay, you have to deal with these brackets, all these brackets. Okay, there's 10 millimeters here. Your camera's not gonna go there for me to record that. So as you can see right back there, there's 10 millimeters, and get them all off, these two right here, and loosen the bracket from the bottom. And once you loosen it, that will be all. So let me do that, and then we'll come back. So I did take off this vacuum line from right over here. Let me get my light. I'm sorry about that. So I did take off this vacuum line right here. Very important, this vacuum line goes straight to the booster. So make sure you put this back. So what I'm doing here is I took off the 10 millimeters from right here. 1, 2, and then you got 2 back here. And remember, these studs that are in there, I'm gonna remove the studs. On this side, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna take off the two bolts here to remove this bracket out of the way. But on this side, I'm gonna remove the studs because the studs are gonna bother me, and I don't want to go through the hassle. If you want to go through the little bit of hassle, all you gotta go is down a little bit below and follow this bracket and loosen up the 2 bolts. They're probably a 13 millimeter, and this bracket should fall this way, but I'm gonna completely remove these. And remember, like I said, put these things away. You don't want them anywhere near that intake. Now, see these 2 right here? I'm gonna take off this one and this one. Once I have that off, that bracket should just get out of our way completely. I'm gonna be using this 3/8 drive ratchet here. You're not gonna see it completely, but I'm gonna have this bolt out of here and the other bolt. This throttle body can just stay there, and it shouldn't bother us at all. And once these 2 are loose, I'm using this long, about a foot long extension here with the swivel in the neck. So I'm gonna take this guy off. And you do have to put all this back together. Okay, I'm gonna just throw this on the floor. And there goes nothing. There you go, guys. This bracket should be out of our way, just like that. We could put this here and put the 10 millimeter that I threw here and 10 millimeter right next to it. So only thing that's gonna bother is that bracket, but we're gonna take off the studs. So we got ourselves an inward torque socket. The size is E6, okay, with the 1/4 inch drive ratchet. And you're gonna just turn counterclockwise both of these, and they will come off. They're just studs going to your intake. If they're stiff and they don't want to come out, leave them alone. Then you gotta follow the other route, and the other route is going down below, because sometimes the inside just strips out. But they're into plastic, they should come off. Shouldn't be no issue. I never had issues with these. So once I have these off, we will move on more further, and hopefully there's nothing in the back. So let me get these off, and then we'll just continue. Okay, so okay, we got an issue. We can't take these off studs. I remember now why, because they got like a washer head neck on the opposite side. So we do got to go down below. I do got to loosen up both of the bolts on the bottom, and which shouldn't be that difficult. Let's get to that. Okay, so got me a 13 millimeter deep socket. Right from over here, we're gonna fish out that 13 millimeter there. It shouldn't be that difficult. Okay. All right, I got it. I got it right on the neck. And okay, we turned one thread. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just show you guys what I'm doing here. Same thing on the other one back there, but you're gonna have to probably put some extensions and a little combination of setting up tools. From right here, camera can't see nothing from here. Okay, and one-handed job again, guys. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna loosen the heck out of this, and then once the bracket is loose, I'm gonna show you guys that it should fall down a little bit. Okay, better yet, I got the front bolt loose, but the back one, what I did was I used my fork here. I'll move that clip out that's holding this oxygen sensor and wiring and everything, and I think this 13 millimeter should work very well there. Yep, there you go. Perfect. So use that. Use the 13mm gear wrench. That works really good there. So I'm gonna have to put the camera away and try to work this guy out with both hands. There you go. This and the socket for the first one. Remember, got my tools up there. Once we got the intake off, no more tools up there. So I got both bolts loose. As you can see, the bracket should now get out of our way. Okay, so we're gonna have to just assist it a little bit for us to work. So it's time for us to get around. And what I like to do is I like to look all around. There's nothing else connected here. So just these pipings here. And we will get all these out of the way. Okay, there you have it. And if there's anything else bothering us, we're gonna have to take a look at it while we're working on it. But it's time for us to go further and get this intake out of here. So to get this intake out, we got bolts here, number 8mm, 8mm, 8mm. I'm not sure if there's anything behind that. I don't think there should be anything behind that. We also got 8mm here. We got a few more 8mm, 8mm. There's got to be one more back there. Yep, I can see it all the way back there. I'm not sure if that's for the lower or upper. Yeah, that is for the upper. But we will move some of these and see how it goes. And then we're just gonna have to move one step at a time. And these clips here for the harness here gotta come off too. And let me get this guy off. When it's ready to come off, you guys will see everything just magically pops. So here we are. As you can see, I'm using power tools. Okay, I want to grab the wrong socket. I need an 8mm, not a 9mm. So why did I go grab an 8 and 9mm today? Because my idiot dumbass put it on the wrong slot in the toolbox. So as I was saying, no power tools when putting this baby back together. Okay, there you go. There you go. Let's see. What am I doing here? Yep. So are these gonna come out? Nope, they're just gonna stand up like that. Okay, you couldn't get them off, but it's gonna be hard for you to do so. And just let them sit like that. So two in the back, I'm not gonna be able to show you because they're gonna be kind of tricky. I saw the intake move already. Maybe there's those back bolts are not part of it. There you go. I saw this intake move already. Just want to lift this one up here. Yep, there is a bolt back there. I think so. I'll let you go know at the final result. But it's loose. Let me get everything out of the way. All of my tools gotta get out of the way. And my tools are fine to stay here. You just can't be over there because you don't want nothing falling, nothing in your pockets either. So you don't want nothing dropping in there. So let me get this guy off and then we'll talk more. So I pulled this off from back there. I got two clips. They look like this. I used the fork tool, this little guy right here, to remove this, and it just sticks out. And now we can see that last bolt there clearly. And this harness just goes up and it comes right off. So it is kind of tough. And make sure you clip the harness back when you're done. So I'm gonna get that last bolt out and the intake should be ready to come out. So we got a bracket down here, 10mm here. There's two 10mm on this line, and then you can just fold this up a little bit and your intake should come out not so complicated. And you might have to push this bracket off a little bit. So one of my bolts has to be falling back in. Let's see which one. Okay, none of them. So what is holding me down? Okay, this bracket has like a little dampener to it. So we're gonna have to lift that bracket off. Okay. To get this bracket off, you gotta go all the way down there. You're probably gonna have to remove this battery tray. There's two 10mm back here. Shouldn't be that difficult. You should be able to get it. But I might go back there and get it out. Let me see if I can get it without it. I already got it. It's just a little clip here that's bothering us. Unless there's another, I think there's another 10mm under this sticker here. Yep, there's got to be another 10mm. That freaking little guy hidden under this little guy. So I'm gonna bring my electric drill back. Thing fooled me. Okay, here it comes. Number 10 here. I didn't know that was there. I did not know that was there. So we got that out of the way. This intake should simply just come out if there's anything back there holding us. But there it is. It's all in front of you guys.